I'm getting so overexcited about this.
Hey pigs.
It's quite terrifying. Yes, pig, 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 pig.
Oh my goodness.
It's a big day today. It could go horribly wrong, or it could be farming perfection. It is glorious blue skies, but it's also a bit like a desert up here because they've eaten everything that was green. They've now moved up to this top bit, so they've got a nice wallow, but we want to move them over there where it's really green. We've got some jobs to do first. We need to go over with the mower on the back of the tractor just to cut down where the electric fencing is going to go. Bit of strimming, and then we can come back, put the tow ball on the tractor, and then fingers crossed get that trailer over there, because there's no way we're going to be herding pigs. You are going to be on sheep duty. You're going to have to open the electric fences. The electric's off though. Right, one job we need to do while we're here, which is why I put the bucket back on the front, is over here we've got all of this sort of hardcore tarmac stuff, which is obviously been put here in the past for good reason, because it gets boggy. So we're just going to put some of that in. Craig dug it out. There was a big heap of it, and I mean there's still plenty here. Just scalpings, I think, road planings. Right, we brought the tractor back up and we've thrown just about everything we might need in the boot to go and set up the fencing. Eden, you get in and out of your door, you see, or not? Goodness. Alright, let's see if we can actually get all this out. Trimmer. Our two reels are actually in use, so we've got whatever we inherited on the farm. Alright, I need a floppy hat. Well, we're definitely getting through them. The stakes have got us, well, not as far as I'd hoped. One of the main problems is kind of a giant kidney shape, so there's no corners. Ideally, if you've got a square or a rectangle, you can just put your solid post on the corner and really kind of stretch it tight. Where are you? It's like Hansel and Gretel, this. Right, Joe is officially tangled. Well, you're not tangled actually. No. You've got a system there. Thank you. The old wooden bobbins are not holding up to it. Although we could just put a single line through the middle. I think they'd be alright. We could probably chop this up into 4 or 5, but we'd spend hours with a strimmer just to get a line through there. So it makes sense to just give them it for longer. So here, you can see it pretty much goes through to the other side. Alright, what I think I'll do is I'll pull this corner out to a right angle. Right, we've gone for the same spacing as we had at the top, which is 3 and 5. In reality, if it's hot enough and it's up at 8,000-9,000, then one strand's probably enough for them. But until we get a perimeter fence along that hedge line, I don't want to take any chances. We weren't going to put them over here at all until that was in, but our fencer, the contractor who's doing all that, is taking ages to get back to us, and he's got other jobs on. So until that goes in, we are a little bit nervous. I mean, can they really get rid of the balsam? It'd be crazy if they did. Yeah, this is, we're going to put a fence through here.
Did you trim like all of this?
Oh yeah, this is where I mowed with the tractor.
Cool.
I'm just putting them around the back of those posts for now, but I'll actually have to lift them over when we put the insulators in. It should be alright. You back at the beginning?
Yeah.
How much is on there? Can you tell? Huh?
Mama, you can roll up a bit if you want.
Are we cutting it?
Oh yeah, we can cut it.
Oh, we need your. Oh my! If you haven't been talking to the camera with this hanging off your chin, have you?
Why? What's on my chin? This is quite a lot of suspense. We might have to end the episode on, is there enough on the reel? Yeah, I mean, if they break through this one, they're only going to go into the other side, aren't they? So I think they're going to have this side for a while. I mean, I haven't even been through. I can't tell how deep that is. Maybe I have to check on a map. It's at least 4 or 5 times what they've got now. I'm just finding a preventative measure for next year.
I need a dock leaf right now, please.
You need a doctor?
Dock
Oh,
leaf.
so that's a bit over the top. I need a doctor. I don't even think we're registered with a GP here yet. Come on. It's a fluffy farm crocodile.
Your willies.
No, she's going to paddle.
Oh, we can paddle. We can take off our. We can take off our shoes.
I think it's going to be tomorrow when the pigs move down. So for now, it's time to cool off a bit.
Good morning. Another day. It's nice and hot, and we are going to move the pigs. I know it sounds not that exciting, but they've kind of made a mess and done as much goodness as they can do to their little patch, and we're going to move them to the secret meadow. Now your aim is to get in there, and we will take you to pastures green.
Think you release date?
Yeah, that's right, guys. That's right.
Bad idea.
Come on, you can do it. You can work it out. That way. Yay! We've been talking about all the Himalayan balsam and nettles, and it's just so overgrown there. In fact, we don't know what it was like this time last year, because when we came to view the farm, we didn't even make it over to this field, so we don't know what it's like this time last year. Don't know whether it's in a worse place or a better place, but it's pig heaven basically. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're like when they see it, actually, if they just go crazy or not.
I can lift it on the bars, but that might make it lower.
It's off some of the wheels.
Okay. moderate success. They're all over here. Bit of a bumpy ride, eh? They're fine. They'll enjoy being over here. Right, Joe has gone off to do the nursery pickup, which means, well, they're going to be all right. They're in the shade. They've got their vents open. Means we can do the fencing, get that all nice, and Joe can still be here for the big release. So you can see this is why we went for those wooden posts, albeit old, on the corner, so we can put a lot more strength, kind of tensioning them. We can get a lot more tension on them that way. Okay, you mustn't touch it now because it's going on, okay Rosa? Then we need to test it. Yeah. That's hot. Well, 8,000 volts on here, but...
It means it's on, Rosa, not hot.
Yeah, so this, you can't touch this now because it'll make you squeal.
Do you want to come and stand?
Bring a blanket.
No.
Gonna have to make your own fast. So as well as food, water is one of the biggest problems we're going to have. So what we're planning to do is bring the IBC over and have that parked here in the shade somewhere. And what I hadn't realised, for some reason, we thought, did we think it was just any amount of water out of the street?
Oh, yeah. We thought any water.
We thought you'd have to have an extraction licence for any water coming out and have it metered. You can actually take 20 cubic meters, cubic meters a day. 20 IBCs, which is a ridiculous amount of water. The previous owner used to irrigate the fields and he used to have a meter on the tractor, PTO pump, but that would have been colossal amounts of water. We're just talking about taking, I don't know, 50 litres a day maximum. So what we're going to do is get a pump set up, either with the generator and just a pump, which we've already got, or we may look at a proper water pump at some point. Depends how long it takes, really. For now, we're going to bring some straw bales down and I'll probably sweep this out over here. Bed this down, and this will be where they'll use as a house for now. It's obviously huge. I did want to see if I can take these gates off because they could trash those pretty easy. I mean, you don't need to dig up out here. Get in the middle. Already 5 minutes in, going so deep, which is amazing. And Joe was just saying that it's crazy how they're kind of just staying put here. It'd be great if they just did a thorough job on each section and worked through. For some reason we thought they were going to tear off through into the jungle, but actually if they worked through it methodically like good pigs, that'd be good. What have you found? They've finally gone in. Woohoo! Look at them. Look at them. Well, we're definitely going to call this a success. They are loving it over here. We've just been talking about maybe we can try and put up a time-lapse camera over here for probably a week. I reckon they will see some good progress as they bash through all the balsam and start kind of turning it all over. And also maybe a few aerial shots just to show what it's like now and what it will be like, hopefully, which is to clear it out, freeze more space up for new sowing. So if we want to reseed the grass around the outside, planting new trees in the centre, of course they'll need to be tree guarded very well if the pigs are going back over there afterwards. But I mean, they don't even know this exists yet, but when they do, they'll be sure to work all the way through it. It's also significantly cooler in here, so when they get into this lower scrape, they'll be able to find the real low patches, like over here, and either we'll come in and we'll just put maybe 100 litres or so of water in here, and I bet it would just stay wet like a wallow, or they'll detect that there's moisture here, and it wouldn't take long. I got no tools, but I want to do an experiment. Let's have a look. This is just wet all the way through, and it's not clay. It's so much of it is just the sort of mulch and compost from all the fallen leaves. I'm getting so overexcited about this, but they'll barely need any water or wallow or anything over here. They'll scrape it in themselves, and of course all of these just come out lovely over here. So this is what we want them to get a hold of, the roots. Look at this stuff. I'm getting excited about soil, Joe. I reckon we could plant this up with a, well, we need drought resistant seed mix up the top paddock, and we need waterlogged resistant down here.
Depends, they're doing a very good job at going for the roots. They're doing a thorough job here.
Yeah, but the problem is when you have bare soil left, you've got to think of what's going to reseed in there straight away.
Yeah.
Nettles. So that's why we need to jump the gun and get the grass seed in there. Well, unfortunately I can't spend my whole day watching and filming pigs, so we'll come back down later, hopefully do a head count, and they'll all be here. Get off and not biting my calves, and we'll see how they get on. Right, we're 6 hours on now doing the evening chores. Brought some water over, managed to let about 20 sheep over the brook, so we've got to go and brown them up. And there's no pigs anywhere to be seen.
But that's probably just...
Oh wow, they've cleared a load though.
That's good. Whoa. Oh my goodness.
Piggies!
Hey, pigs.
This is quite terrifying. Yes, pig, 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 pig.
I can hear them.
Come on, pigs.
Hey, pigs. Oh my goodness. Help me.
Pig girls.
Help me. Okay. We seem to have lost a pig.
Pig, 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 pig. Look how open it is already.
Pig, 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 pig.
I can hear her. There she is. Well, they found some wet soil because they're muddy. They are expecting their evening feed, but I'm trying to cut them down to one feed. I'm pretty sure they're stuffed. Let's have a quick look to see what they've done. You've been busy in here, girls.
Whoa.
So maybe we'll have to get the drone up in here tomorrow. I reckon they must have made out a hole in the middle, so they're all hiding in there.
No, they could have just hiding there. No, no.
Yeah, they look like they've been busy in there. They don't seem too fussed. If they were up at the top now, they'd be screaming for food, but they seem pretty content, which is all good. Alright, 6 pigs, sensors are working, let's go. So these sheep are hoping they're not going to have gone back, are they? It's far too green over here. Although this is all just buttercup, so I don't think it's actually good grass. Right, what are we going to do here?
Put it here so they can't get past.
Yeah, but then we've got to walk all the way back. I think if you get out with the dog, and just walk them. Okay. When we get to the end, I'll help you. So lazy, aren't I? Slowly, slowly. That's it. Steady, Maggie.
Maggie, no.
Good girl. Right, we need them off that soil. You want them off that soil, Eden? Slowly, steady, steady. Stand, stand. Maggie, back. Come on, girls. Stand, Maggie. Come on. Come in, Eden. That's moderately stressful. They didn't mind coming across in the water, but they didn't like going back the other way. Eden's trying to stand, hold them off. Well done. Well done, Maggie. But it's now been 3 or 4 days since the pigs moved down here. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30. Pigs are up. Right, while they're busy on that, we can do the water if we can find the bowl. So at the moment I'm just grabbing it from the brook as I come over. There it is. Do have a big one of these. I almost contemplate bringing down a Belfast sink for now, but at least I can't turn it over, but they'll probably climb in it. If I can, get the IBC there, and then a bigger trough, or even just put some nipple drinkers on it. One little mistake I made yesterday is I left this kind of with a quarter full of water here, just outside the fence, and then when their water was running low in the afternoon, one of them had actually pushed through, or knocked this onto the fence and squeezed through, which gave me a little bit of a worry. The Volvo, as much as I love it, is not the answer. It's not the, I mean, to be honest, it's taken everything we could throw at it on the farm so far, but middle of winter it's not going to happen. I don't think they'll be over here in the winter. However, this is the bridge point. We're going to build a bridge by this big willow tree. It's the narrowest and most suitable part to cross the brook, and it also just happens to be a good spot to come across. 2 options, the bridge. It means we can either just come down on foot, relatively easy, or if we've got feed and water or anything like that, we could just drive to the other side of the brook and cross over, and it's like 20 metres. Or if we're doing boundary checks like I'm doing now, a much lighter weight vehicle like a quad or something like that. But right now I'm not sure we need another vehicle to be funding or maintaining. They've had a good go in there, which is good to see. Just going to check the fence lines, but all it takes is for them to have knocked something, and then the fence will be out of action. Good, looks like everything's intact. We'll leave them to it. Well, there we have it. Pigs doing what pigs should be doing. I can't tell you how happy we are about this. It's like, who wants to do the chores? Because it's just fun coming over, seeing them happy. They don't make a sound out here. Up there they were getting bored, or they'd squeal when they're hungry. Here I guess they've just got a bottomless salad bar, and any feed that they do get is just the bonus in the morning. And what more, they're doing work for us. Can you imagine just standing here with a 2-stroke engine for hours screaming away, and you're not killing it? It's all going to grow back anyway. These guys are getting into the roots, getting rid of the nettles, and most importantly all that Himalayan balsam. So it's been a win all round. Hope you've enjoyed this little experiment. I think we'll do it again. Plus we've got a whole litter of piglets expected any hour now. We're going to need somewhere for them to rummage around in the future. I hope you enjoyed coming on the little pig relocation with us. We're chuffed to bits with it. If you've got any questions or comments, stick them down below, because we're learning as we go, and it's just fun sharing that with all you guys the other end of wherever you are. Anyway, I've got more escaping sheep to go and catch, and then I've got a roof to put on. But thank you for watching. Remember, if you can, do it yourself, and we'll see you next time.